Hello and welcome back. So today's video is a declutter. I do not do declutters very often anymore for two reasons. Number one, I buy all my own makeup, and number two, in the past I have decluttered things that I later regretted. So this is a very small declutter, but I thought I would share it with you anyway. I know a lot of people do major declutters and I love watching those, but not everybody, but a lot of the people that do those videos got most of that stuff sent to them for free. So keep that in mind when you're watching those videos. But anyway, even though I'm only getting rid of 6 things, the value of this is $82, which is a decent amount of money that clearly I didn't love these products or need them very much. So that's still sad. But it is what it is. I don't want to keep them around. So I will either be giving these to a friend or will be giving them to Project Beauty Share. If you have not heard of that, it's an organization that does sanitize lightly used makeup and gives it to women in need, which is great. And you can just mail your package there to them. So check that out if you are interested. Also, I do have a declutter playlist, but there's only a few videos in it. Also, one other video I want to mention is added the total value of my makeup collection, but I also added up the amount of money that I had decluttered over about 2 years. So that was a little shocking. So I'll put that in the description box if you're interested. Let's get into this video. The first thing I want to get rid of is this lip liner by NYX. This was in a project pan and I did make some progress on it. What color is this? This is nude beige. And I mean, I like it, but I have discovered the ColourPop lip liners this year and I love them so much more than this NYX formula. I do have one other one from NYX that is like down to here. So that one I am trying to finish up, and then I am sticking with the ColourPop lip liners because they are the best. Next up is an eyeliner, and this one is really sad because this is kind of expensive. This is an Urban Decay 24/7 liner in the color Freak. So it is a really cool lime green color. I did buy this at a VIB sale, so I maybe saved like $4 on it, but still, look at this. I've never sharpened it one time. I am just really disappointed because I bought this to put it in the waterline, but it barely shows up. I love the 24/7 liners, but they're not all created equal. This one is just not pigmented. I've tried it on the lower lash line several times and I have to like drag and it just still doesn't show up very much, even on the lower lash line, let alone the waterline. So this is really unfortunate, but I have decided I need to not buy any more colored eyeliners because I just don't really reach for them. I mean, this one I would have used, but it's no good anyway. So yeah. If I want color on the lower lash line like I am wearing today, then I will just use an eyeshadow. If you are interested in my eye look though, I did film this video as part of a review for the Juvia's Place Warrior 3 palette, so check that out if you are interested. There is a bigger high-end product in this declutter and I will save that for last, but next up I've got 2 lipsticks. One is drugstore, one is Maybelline Nude Lust. And I really enjoy this Maybelline formula, but this one is so sheer, it like doesn't really show up a lot. Plus I have a ton of nudes, so I just don't need it because I am not reaching for it. This next lipstick is really sad. You would have seen this in my latest Shop My Stash. It is the Dose of Colors in Hey Girl. This was part of the Desi and Katie collection, and I love the color. It's a brown nude, but I've had this in 2 Shop My Stash videos this year, and every time I wore it, I thought the same thing. The formula is so dry and uncomfortable. It just looks so bad on my lips. Even if I exfoliate and do all of that, moisturize my lips, within an hour, my lips are like peeling and crusty. So, I love the color, but I do think I have some similar colors to this. So yeah, this was sad because I just was so excited to buy this. This was the first thing I ever bought from Dose of Colors. So, but yeah, I hate the formula, so I have to pass it on. Maybe someone will think it's less drying. This next thing is not a bad product at all. This is the Color Mates blush in Mahvelous. I talked about this in my dollar makeup review, and I actually do like this blush. It's just a mauve blush. It has some shimmers in it, but those don't really show up on the face. There's really nothing wrong with this, but I just don't reach for it. And I do want to project pan some more blushes too, so I just feel like I don't need ones that I'm not reaching for. So yeah, I did buy 2 blushes recently, but I don't need to buy any more. Okay, the last thing is this Becca Sunchaser palette. Now, out of everything in this declutter, I do feel like I've gotten my money's worth out of this product. I have used this so much. I've had this for 3 years and I do actually really love it. And wow, the packaging is amazing. This cost me $34. So I think I got my money's worth, but let me tell you why I'm getting rid of it. So here is the palette. It comes with Becca Opal. As you can tell, I have major pan on that, so obviously I've used that a lot. However, if you saw my recent empties videos, you would have seen that I just finished a mini of Becca Opal, and I actually have another mini that I got as a 100-point perk that I haven't even touched yet. So I don't need 2 of the same highlighter in my collection, and that one is newer and fresh. And I got it for free anyway, so I might as well just use that one. The blush, I love this blush. I mean, you can tell that there's a lot of wear on it. Becca blushes are so pigmented. If you've tried them, you would have experienced that. They are like, you just need the tiniest amount. So the fact that there's like actually wear on this says something. I mean, there's not pan, but I've used this blush a ton. However, I have some really similar colors in my collection to this blush, so I don't need it. Last up, if you watch my channel, you've heard me talk about this bronzer. It is not easy to blend. It looks really splotchy on my face, and I could work with it. I could use it as eyeshadow, all that jazz, but I have amazing bronzers in my collection, and I have amazing eyeshadows, so I just really don't need to do that. And I've used this I've used this bronzer at least like 30 times. So I've given it a fair shot. So if I kept this palette, I would pretty much only be keeping it for the blush. And that just doesn't really make sense, but the packaging is beautiful. So even though I've only hit pan on one of these, I do feel like I've gotten my money's worth out of this palette because I have used it a ton. Now, because it has pan, I don't think I can send it to Project Beauty Share, but maybe someone else will use it. So, I mean, because it's still totally fine. But anyway, I really do like this, but I just don't need it anymore. Alrighty, so that is it for this very small declutter video. Yeah, don't feel pressured to declutter a lot of stuff just because you do see a lot of people doing that. You know, do what's right for you for sure. But these things, for the most part, I either don't like or just don't need at all. Plus, I will be doing an inventory video soon. I'm thinking in the next few weeks, I want to do an updated makeup inventory. I do like to do those 2 to 3 times a year. So I have a whole playlist of that if you're interested. Anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.